BTS just pulled off one of the biggest comeback moments in music history, and the entire world watched it happen live at the 2026 American Music Awards. After 4 long years away from the AMA stage, RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook finally reunited at one of America's biggest award shows, and somehow they managed to make the night even more emotional, chaotic, and unforgettable than fans expected. This wasn't just another celebrity appearance. This was the return of a global phenomenon that millions of fans had been waiting years to see again. The moment BTS arrived at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas on May 25, 2026, the energy inside the building completely changed. Cameras started shaking from screaming fans. Celebrities in the audience turned their heads instantly. Reporters rushed toward the red carpet, and social media basically exploded before the show had even officially started. The group had not attended the American Music Awards together since 2022, before their military hiatus changed everything. So for many fans, this wasn't just an award show appearance. It felt like the official beginning of a brand new BTS era. And honestly, the timing couldn't have been more perfect. For years, fans wondered what BTS would look like after military service. Would they still have the same chemistry? Would the music still hit the same? Would the world still care after such a long break? In pop music, 4 years can feel like an eternity. Entire careers rise and fall in that amount of time. Trends disappear overnight. New stars take over. But BTS walked into the AMAs looking like they had never left. If anything, they looked even bigger, more confident, and more powerful than before. But then came the twist that nobody fully expected. Leading up to the show, the AMAs teased that BTS would make a special appearance. That wording immediately caused chaos online. Fans started creating theories everywhere. Some thought the group would only present an award. Others believed they would appear in a short, pre-recorded message. And then there were fans convinced BTS was secretly planning a massive comeback stage, but nobody really knew what was coming. Then, suddenly, the lights dropped. The crowd started screaming, and BTS opened the entire 2026 American Music Awards with a cinematic performance of their song Hooligan. But this wasn't a traditional live performance inside the arena. Instead, BTS surprised everyone by using a massive pre-recorded concert-style performance filmed during their Las Vegas Arirang World Tour stop just 1 day earlier. The production looked enormous. Giant LED visuals, explosive stage lighting, thousands of fans chanting together, sharp choreography, cinematic camera angles. It honestly looked more like a Netflix concert special than a normal award show stage. And somehow, that made the performance feel even bigger. The pre-recorded concept became one of the most talked about parts of the entire night because it completely changed the atmosphere of the show. Instead of simply walking onto a stage and performing like every other artist, BTS turned the AMAs into part of their comeback tour narrative. It blurred the line between concert, documentary, and television event all at once, and fans absolutely loved it. The performance itself was intense. Hooligan, which was released as part of BTS's comeback album Arirang earlier this year, has already become one of the most talked about songs of 2026. The track mixes alternative hip-hop, heavy percussion, dark cinematic production, and aggressive rap verses with emotional melodic vocals. It feels edgy, experimental, and completely different from some of BTS's earlier mainstream pop hits. And during the AMA's performance, the group leaned fully into that darker energy. RM's opening verse immediately set the tone. Suga and J-Hope brought intense rap sections with sharp delivery and confidence that reminded fans why BTS's rap line remains one of the strongest in the industry. Jungkook and Jimin's vocals sounded massive during the chorus. V's deep tone added drama to the performance. Jin looked emotional but incredibly polished, and the choreography showed that even after years apart, the group's synchronization was still nearly perfect. Fans online started posting reactions instantly. Some viewers said the performance felt like a movie. Others called it the rebirth of BTS. One viral tweet with millions of views simply said, "They came back like legends." Another fan wrote, "Nobody returns from hiatus like BTS." Even celebrities in attendance were seen reacting during the performance, clapping, cheering, and dancing along while cameras kept cutting to shocked audience members. And then things somehow got even bigger. As the night continued, BTS didn't just dominate the stage, they completely dominated the awards. The group won all 3 categories they were nominated in: Best Male K-pop Artist, Song of the Summer for Swim, and most importantly, Artist of the Year. That final award changed the entire night. Artist of the Year is the biggest prize at the American Music Awards. It's the category that defines who owned the year in music, and BTS beat some of the biggest names in the industry to win it. We're talking about global superstars like Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, Bad Bunny, Harry Styles, Sabrina Carpenter, and Justin Bieber. When BTS's name was announced, the audience reaction inside the arena sounded almost like a stadium concert. Fans screamed, the members hugged each other, and for a second you could genuinely see the emotion hit them in real time. Then RM delivered one of the most emotional speeches of the entire evening. Standing beside all 6 members, he looked at the crowd and said, "We made it once again." That single sentence instantly became one of the most quoted moments from the show because it perfectly summarized everything BTS has gone through during the last several years: the military hiatus, the uncertainty, the solo careers, the pressure, the non-stop public speculation about whether the group would still dominate after reuniting. And yet, here they were again, standing together with the biggest award of the night in their hands. RM then thanked ARMY around the world for supporting the group through every stage of their journey. He specifically mentioned the years spent apart during military service and said the group never stopped thinking about their fans during that time. The crowd reportedly became emotional during the speech, and clips of fans crying in the audience quickly went viral online. J-Hope also spoke during the acceptance speech and thanked fans for supporting their comeback album Arirang, which has already become one of the biggest albums of the year. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and stayed there for multiple weeks, making BTS the first K-pop act to achieve that kind of post-hiatus chart dominance after military service. And honestly, Arirang itself plays a huge role in why this comeback feels so emotional. The album is BTS's first full group release since before their hiatus began. Released on March 20th, 2026, the project mixes nostalgia, maturity, experimentation, and reflection. Some tracks focus on fame and pressure. Others reflect on brotherhood, growing older, and reconnecting after years apart. Fans immediately noticed how much more personal and introspective the group sounded compared to earlier eras. Songs like Swim became instant hits because they captured both vulnerability and confidence at the same time. Meanwhile, tracks like Hooligan showed a darker, more aggressive side of the group that many longtime fans found refreshing. Critics praised the album for balancing emotional storytelling with massive, stadium-ready production. But beyond the music, what really made the AMA's appearance special was the symbolism behind it. A lot of people forget just how important the American Music Awards are in BTS history. Back in 2017, BTS made their first major American television performance at the AMAs with DNA. That performance changed everything. At the time, many American viewers still underestimated K-pop's global power, but BTS walked onto that stage and shocked the industry. Their fan base was massive, their performance energy was undeniable, and suddenly, everyone in Western music realized that BTS wasn't just another international act, they were a global movement. So, returning to the AMAs in 2026 after military service carried enormous emotional weight. It felt like a full-circle moment, almost like BTS closing one chapter of their career and beginning another. And if that wasn't enough, fans also noticed how much stronger the group's chemistry seemed after reuniting. During red carpet interviews, backstage moments, and award speeches, the members constantly joked with each other, smiled together, and looked genuinely happy to be standing side by side again. One viral backstage clip showed Jungkook laughing uncontrollably while Jimin teased him during an interview break. Another moment showed V hyping up screaming fans while RM tried to continue talking seriously to reporters. Even Suga, who was usually more reserved during public appearances, appeared relaxed and emotional throughout the night. That chemistry matters because one of the biggest fears fans had during BTS's hiatus was whether time apart would change the group dynamic. Each member built successful solo careers while serving or preparing for enlistment. Jungkook became a massive solo pop star internationally. Jimin continued breaking streaming records. V explored acting and jazz-inspired music projects. RM focused on art and experimental collaborations. J-Hope dominated festival stages. Suga produced for multiple artists. Jin became one of the most beloved variety personalities in Korea during breaks from military service. So, naturally, people wondered whether BTS as a group would still feel the same after everyone evolved individually. But if the AMAs proved anything, it's that BTS somehow became even stronger after growing separately. Another major reason the comeback feels so huge is because of the scale of the Arirang World Tour itself. The tour officially began in April 2026 and is expected to continue into 2027 with more than 80 stadium shows worldwide. Industry analysts are already predicting it could become one of the highest-grossing tours in music history. Ticket demand has been insane. Multiple dates sold out within minutes. Fans traveled internationally just to attend opening shows in Korea and Las Vegas. And that's another reason the pre-recorded Hooligan performance hit so hard during the AMAs. It gave millions of viewers a glimpse of what the actual tour experience looks like: massive crowds, giant production, emotional fan moments, pure chaos. Meanwhile, another huge topic online after the AMAs was BTS's overall influence on the current music industry. Even during their hiatus, K-pop continued growing globally. New groups exploded in popularity. International charts became more open to Korean artists. But many fans argue that BTS returning reminds everyone who helped push those doors open in the first place. Several entertainment reporters even described the 2026 AMAs as the BTS Comeback Awards, and honestly, they weren't wrong. From opening the show to winning the biggest award of the night, BTS completely dominated the conversation before, during, and after the event. Some fans even compared the comeback energy to legendary reunion moments from iconic groups in past generations. The difference is that BTS isn't returning as a nostalgia act. They're still dominating charts, streaming platforms, touring numbers, and social media engagement in real time. That's extremely rare after such a long hiatus. The emotional side of the comeback became impossible to ignore. One particular moment that hit fans hard happened during a quieter interview segment backstage when the members were asked what returning together meant to them personally. RM reportedly described the reunion as coming home again. Jimin talked about missing the stage. Jin thanked fans for waiting patiently through years of uncertainty. And Jungkook admitted the group felt nervous before appearing together again publicly for such a massive event. That honesty made fans even more emotional because BTS has always built its relationship with ARMY around openness and vulnerability. They've never tried to act untouchable. And during this comeback era, that emotional connection feels even stronger. Another thing that made headlines was BTS presenting an award during the show later in the evening. The crowd reaction when they returned to the stage was honestly louder than some actual performances. Every camera shot of the members instantly trended online. Even simple reactions from them sitting in the audience became viral clips within minutes. And of course, the memes exploded too. fans turned RM's serious award speech face into reaction images. Jungkook dancing during another artist's performance instantly became GIF material. These dramatic expressions on the red carpet flooded TikTok edits. Suga casually sipping his drink during a chaotic crowd moment became one of the funniest screenshots of the night. That's another thing BTS does better than almost anyone else. They create moments naturally. Even when they're not actively performing, people still can't stop watching them. And now, after the AMAs, the conversation has completely shifted towards what happens next. Will BTS perform at the Grammys again? Will there be another massive single from Arirang? Could another documentary sequel already be in development? Will the world tour break records? Could they headline even bigger global events in 2027? Some fans are even speculating that BTS may be preparing another surprise collaboration project before the end of the year. Others believe the AMA's appearance was only the beginning of a carefully planned global takeover strategy leading into the next phase of their career. And honestly, after watching how huge this comeback already feels, it's difficult to underestimate what BTS might do next. Because what happened at the 2026 American Music Awards wasn't just a celebrity comeback, it was proof that BTS still operates on a completely different level from almost everyone else in pop music. 4 years away from award shows should have cooled momentum. Instead, their return felt bigger than ever. They returned with confidence. They returned with emotion. They returned with a massive new sound. And most importantly, they returned together. The music industry changes constantly, but moments like this remind people why BTS became global icons in the first place. It's not only the music, it's not only the performances, it's the connection, the storytelling, the emotional honesty, and the ability to turn a single award show appearance into a worldwide event. And if this AMA's comeback is only the beginning, then BTS's new era may end up becoming even bigger than the last one. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.